Okay, guys. My apologies. This match in progress is Mercedes Gonzalez versus Paul FELTMAN Sr. And Mercedes is on a run of 2 right now. She just broke off. And so she walks with 2 back to her seat. And this is Daniel Busch. And I'm going to be joined again by Dennis Dieckman, whom he refers to Mercedes as mi hermana, mi amiga. And Paul FELTMAN Sr. is actually from Buffalo, New York, and actually a very good player. Let's check out their flight. Should we, Dennis?
Yeah, I've noticed that last year he's playing around almost twice what he did last year.
Yeah,
and it may have, because I don't know if it was his son or
he's undefeated, 4 for 4.
Right. That will change right
Shooting
here.
a 600 average to Mercedes, undefeated also, 769 average.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that Paul's had 4 matches, and this match is his 5th. Mercedes has had 3 matches. This is her 4th. And look at this.
Well, I mean,
this is splendid.
Well, you see how she spun that, and the spin made it, you know.
Yeah.
No, she's got a really magnificent stroke, and she's playing better because she's actually toned it down a little bit. We've played a fair amount, and we talk on the phone once in a while, and I keep telling her she's just got to tone it down, you know. It's she's got a couple of shots she favors that, you know, we discuss once in a while and things, but I mean, it's kind of effortless, and she does have a much better stroke than I do, you know.
Where was she at when you first met her? What was she just banging balls at that point? Or
she was working at Corner Pockets, Bill Maloney's place, and
how many years ago?
Ages ago.
Okay.
And I came in there, and I'd heard about her, and she was just banging them around. And I said, "Okay, let's go." And we settled on 7-point games. Chance to tie, $10 a game. And one of those games, I ran 7 on the break on her, and I believe I took some money from her that day. Next day, I come in, and she's there waiting for me. And in the second or third game, she runs 7 on the break and takes my money that day. So, we just...
Did she shoot as fast then as she does now?
Oh, she was a cowboy.
Or did she?
Shoots.
Gunslinger, huh?
Yeah. No, I've told her to just play very cautious. Just dink it around. Don't, you know.
She didn't listen to you.
No, well, she does a lot. Actually, she's toned down her game, and I did give her a little strategic advice for Mr. Felton. But if I remember last year, Mr. Felton, both the Feltons played around 350, 400, and they're both playing around 650 now. So that's a pretty good.
That's a marked improvement in 1 year. You know that, and you know, to Paul FELTMAN Jr.'s credit, he purchased a one of these Gabriels Tables, and he has it at his house. So, you know, they've been putting in their time on this very table. Well, not this very table, but this same model.
That was actually, I was the owner of that table.
Oh, were you?
Yes, and Paul Frankel sold it for me. I bought it a few years ago to help out. But yeah, that's and this is a game where you don't go up in a straight line. You go and you take a step up. You know. You suddenly get just 100 points better or something. But it's like overnight almost, it seems. And,
she's going to try to come out of the corner here.
well, she's going to hit this hard, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little thicker. That was a tough angle.
And also, you have to hand it to Paul. I mean, he's looking at a hip surgery soon,
Yeah,
like a hip replacement.
Oh, really?
So you can see he's limping sort of around the table, but
Oh, I can believe me. I sympathize
the
with.
contrast in styles between these two right now is
Right.
is amazing because Paul's physical challenge right now is that he's just dealing with pain, and I can only imagine what he's going through right now.
And he's probably running out of gas a little bit.
Well, I don't want to say that. I mean, I think Paul loves this game
Oh,
so
yeah.
much
Yeah.
that he'd probably play until he dropped if he had a choice.
Yeah, he's obviously hurting physically. So it's remarkable that he's playing at all. Now look at her; she is just.
Boy, she's wasting no time. I mean, we're 7 minutes in, and she's already at 8.
Playing at a 2 average, I might mention.
Yes.
Now we'll see if she can keep that up.
Well, we will. I was very impressed last year when she ended up in I think it was the semifinals or quarterfinals against Sonny Cho. And she really gave Sonny a run for his money.
Right. Oh, and I've told you
it was the best match of the event, actually, even better than the finals, in my opinion.
And I told you when she was playing another great player that had to take a 45-minute bathroom break.
Oh yeah, Hugo Patino.
Well, I didn't want to
Mr.
mention
45.
Mr. 45, yes. And Hugo is a very good friend of mine.
Hey, Paul gets on the board with a beautiful shot.
Yep.
Who'd have thought that your cue could double as a crutch?
Oh, very nice. Very well seen, well executed. And he's got choices here, at least. It's always good to have choices. See. Yep, he missed the kiss. And it's too bad he hit that white ball very good to control it.
Yeah. There seems to be a little contention in the chat room about this, being unevenly matched. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, Paul's average is pretty good for this event. 600 average is pretty strong. Just because he's limping around the table doesn't mean he can't play this.
Right.
This.
Yeah, I wondered if she's going to shoot it that way. I wondered if she'd go real first.
The red
there.
came in and kissed it away. So
Yeah.
we're on inning 6 now, and it's 2-8.
Hey, Rick Bearcat, we'll any billiard player will play any other billiard player, and they really don't want spots.
No, they don't want the handicap. But you know, I will say that to compensate for skill level, they do have a tiered entry. So
Right.
you know,
Right.
so
And
the entry fee for the lesser players is lower.
right. Right. Which is a good idea. And
Now, one thing I do tend to disagree with is that the ladies play free format. I don't think it should have been that way. I think it really should have been based on skill level and average, strictly based on that. But,
Right.
But you know, we sometimes make these little mistakes when we do tournaments, and this particular tournament, we wanted to attract more female players. We only got Mercedes, and because that's what we promised. She was given a free entry because she's the lady, you know, who entered.
right. And the other lady that could have played is a lady by the name of Esther Park from New York City, but she's got a real job, and I think she's just. I'm not sure whether she and Tommy just had a child.
Oh, okay.
And of course Olivia Lee, Sang Lee's daughter, but Olivia is in Korea now.
I see.
Been working over in Korea for a couple of years.
Okay.
So, and there's a few others that could have.
We had a female Turkish woman show up.
Ah, really?
And she heard that this was a ladies get in free, and she shows up and she says, "Well, there's no pockets on these tables." So someone quickly explained the rules to her, and she said, "Okay, well, I'll take a crack at it." Right? So she hit a few balls around for like 15 minutes, and she quickly realized, like, even with a free entry, she had no chance. So
Right. Yeah.
So she actually declined to play this event based on the fact that she just knew, you know, I mean, when you're a Turkish snooker player and a pool player, and you see a table like this, it's kind of like coming to America for the first time, you know.
Right.
Come to New York City and see the tall buildings.
Yeah. She probably should have read the flyer a little more closely.
Yeah. Well, she's Turkish. I don't know what her English is like, but anyway, back to this.
It's a good choice. A good choice.
He's a little long.
Oh boy. He's not getting rewarded.
No.
I mean, and look at the speed where the red ball went, right? He hit the shot at perfect speed to send the red ball down the corner. If he'd made it, he would have had a very nice next shot. And now Mercedes is going to try to take advantage of that red ball. And I don't think... Oh, she did. She slowed down a little bit, but she's still playing a pretty decent average. Rail first? Yeah, rail first.
Oh, yeah, very close.
Yep.
But she's quickly evening out too, as you can see.
Yep.
Come on, let's get a good visit here, Paul. Actually, he's in a nice spot.
Right. He's just got to make sure he controls the yellow ball here. And he did fairly well with that. Now let's...
But he's
got
it.
Good. Yes, yeah. It's, and
fairly decent lie, but do you go underneath the red here?
Well,
it looks like the kiss is
there is a kiss here, and that's the problem.
Ooh, he beat it.
Yep.
Oh, that's why he beat it.
Well, my friend Carl Conlon used to say, "No kiss, no billiard."
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, well, that's exactly.
And
it's a good. I like that.
Well, he had all sorts of quaint little phrases like that.
She's playing off the red.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
Yeah. She can be relentless. She's playing a lot smarter. She used to just like to really show off her fantastic stroke,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and
She did do that last year a little bit.
yeah. Well,
I got to say, though, you know, her pace of play can be very intimidating,
mm-hmm.
you know. Because if someone runs 6 on me that quickly,
Right.
I don't know. I got to wonder if I would even want to get up and play, you know.
Right. And in 2 of her games, one of her opponents got only 3 points, and one of them got 8.
Yeah.
And then someone else, I think, got 16 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
But so she's controlling. You know, she's been controlling the game pretty much.
Well, anybody who gets 5 points in their first
Yeah.
2 innings
Right. That's
to your opponent's 0 is going to be in control.
right. Allows you to relax a little bit,
Yeah.
or at least.
No, she doesn't want to relax.
No.
She wants to really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like Mercedes. She got so much passion for the game. She wants to make a name for herself,
Mhm.
and that's. I get the feeling from her that she's not laying down for anybody.
No, no, no.
She's all heart, you know.
Mm-hmm. And people love playing her, you know. And it just.
Now, did she shoot the yellow in the last inning? I don't know if she did. Somebody is saying she shot the yellow.
Yeah, she is the yellow.
Well, there you go. No, she's not. She's white.
Well, no, yellow has got 11 up there.
Well,
No, she is the yellow.
she is the yellow.
Yeah. See, look at this.
That's my
Look
mistake.
at that. Look at that.
Nice billiard.
See, I mean, that is just pure. And I think this is should be meat for her grinder. Oh, look at that, through the hole.
That was my mistake with the color of the balls, folks. I apologize.
That last shot there, I told you when I play it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm calculating it to go through the hole
Yeah.
on the premise that I'm not that good of a player, so that I'll miss going through the hole,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I'll hit it 4,
Right.
maybe I'll hit it 3,
Right.
okay, but that may sound like warped logic, but it seems to work sometimes. Okay, sir, let's get to work here. He has definitely improved. I've watched him a few times, courtesy of your live stream last year, and no. But I can see by his shot selection and what I remember of the couple of games I saw him play last year that he's done some serious studying, and it's thanks to people like you that are doing this videoing that. You know, the players today have it's such a learning tool.
Well, especially to be able to watch yourself play. Look at that
Right.
beautiful shot. Oh, she found the hole. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But and again, look at where the red ball ended up. If she'd made that, and I don't think the red ball is an accident ending up in the corner. No, and then Mr. FELTMAN, I think, has a good chance of taking advantage. I mean, it's hard to see how far that ball is away from the.
Let's see if we can check another angle. From the cushion?
Yeah.
Probably an inch.
Yeah.
He's going to have to hit. Oh, you know what? So well played, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
knowing that you need that long cushion.
Yeah. I might have tended to play that around the table because then you get your 3 rails.
5 rails?
Well, yeah, you've got your 3 rails going into the red.
Yeah.
And you're risking a kiss.
Right.
That
right.
way,
So
but,
play it with pace and play it Yeah, with left spin.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I like your shot because there's less. There's not really a kiss there either.
Mm-hmm. Well, if at all possible, you should try to get 3 rails before you go into your scoring ball.
Right.
You know, and it's.
He's got the same shot.
Mm-hmm. And he's gonna look at that.
Same result almost.
Mm-hmm.
You'd call that a small ball, right, Dennis? That
if you're playing at 3 rails, it would, yeah. Unless you're really Ceulemans or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'd play at 5. Then I've got a bigger ball, and yet you're risking a kiss potential there. So it's a trade-off in a sense, and of course this is pretty difficult. But I think she's going to go rail through. She needed to hit that a little.
Coming way out.
Yeah, a little thinner. Well, this is. She is showing him no mercy, though. Yeah. Despite.
But, you know, she plays everybody the same. You know.
Oh, yeah.
From what I've seen, so I've never seen her get rattled or change her demeanor just because of an opponent. It's just nice to, good to witness. It's an example, you know, like setting a good example of the game.
She may have this fellow. Yes, indeed. That was pretty smooth. This could have ended up a little better, but
she's coming off the red.
Yeah, I think she's going to draw it. Ooh, she.
Oh no, she just played the bank. Or did she hit it so thin?
I'm not sure. She might have hit
missed
that.
Missed it completely. Oh, really?
Yeah, but she was trying to hit it, and the guy that taught me to hit thin hits, he could put a ball on the spot, put his ball on the other spot, and he could hit that ball twice and still not hit a rail. He could get it that thin and not hit it soft. Hit it hard. He could move that ball less than 1 rotation. All right? And I said, how do you do that? And he says, well, practice. And then he told me what to practice. He says, practice seeing how close you can come and not hit it. Okay? Which is... Yeah.
What was the rating cap? 800 or 850?
850, yes.
Somebody asking in the chat room if this was open or invitational.
Right.
So I'm just, clarifying to, this is an open tournament, open to anybody under, rated under 850 average, and tiered entry between those ratings, based on if you're below 500, you pay less. You're below 700, you pay less than that, a little more, and then 850, you pay the highest entry fee.
She was probably playing that all side rails. And in fact, she might have been playing it 4 side rails, just because if you hit it a little on the heavy side, then you make it 3 side rails, or you hit a little heavier, you make it side rail, short rail. So it's, and as soon as she hit it, you could see that she knew she missed it.
Playing into the red. Wow, that came out wide, didn't it?
Yeah, well, that was not a great angle to be lagging.
I think he just hit that natural where I think a little bit of reverse will kill that angle a little bit.
Well, the better angle to come in would have been like short rail, long rail, short rail. See? And then you'd be coming in and hit the red. And then, but...
I see what you're saying, yeah.
You know, when the... You know, you see people shoot this shot, they'll just, like this, and they lag it around, and they're trying to go like this, or like this. That's kind of a difficult lag.
Yeah.
But so if you went bing, 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 and come up through here, it gives you a better angle. A general principle is you want to come in perpendicular to the line of the 2 centers, between the 2 centers of the balls, and not sort of come in parallel to that line. It's
I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We have the Carom Clash starting tomorrow.
Oh, yes, yes.
At end of day's play. We may have another tournament this evening as well.
Really?
Not sure. Look at this. Another billiard.
Very nice. Very
That was
nice.
pretty.
Very nice.
Careful now. You're...
Oh,
You go.
sorry. I'm such a klutz.
Well, if you can hear it, it's probably you. Another bank. 18th inning.
Excuse me.
Score 3 in that inning for Paul.
Yeah.
So
And she's got to see how she curved that ball.
yes, yes.
Right, without curving it, she wouldn't have made it.
And that was nice.
And the spin made it a bigger ball. But if she just tried to get a hit and gone straight in, she might not have been able to put enough English on it.
Look how tight she. I think she's frozen to this rail.
Yeah.
So it makes it very hard to control.
Yeah, it's a
She's
very
coming in.
That's a
She's
very
coming
smart.
in.
That's a
Wow.
very smart way to play that.
That was a nice shot.
It avoids kisses. It. She may sort of do that. No, she's off the red, of course. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
She's gonna kiss it away.
She knew that. She was praying there.
Yeah. She played good spin too. Yeah, she spun it well.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Paul is playing, because he just loves the game so much.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't think it's doctor recommended.
Yeah.
Just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this though.
Well,
You got another billiard.
you know, Mercedes broke one of my cardinal rules: is that if you miss the billiard, don't leave your ball in the corner. You know, and she paid for it.
She did do that. Yeah. Well, that was not intentional. You know,
No,
she
no.
came into that red
Yeah.
with her cue. Well, with the ball she hit, or she hit the. She hit the red into the white.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was way off.
Well, see, this is a shot I don't like. I'm not sure how she's going to play it, but I like to go on the low side of the white and play cross table. Okay, because there's no kiss in it. Whereas if you play it on around,
Oh, do you? Okay, so long, short.
yeah, or long.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Long. Okay.
I mean, I'm
cross table.
Right, I might calculate that 5 rails.
Oh, look at this. She doubled the rail.
Right, and because if she
That was very nice.
if she goes around the table, you've got a pretty good kiss potential in that situation. So she shot it that way just to make sure no kiss. And it's not hard to calculate that shot. And look at another.
Maybe I'll let you answer this question, Dennis.
What do we got here?
Rick Bearcat asking, why wouldn't somebody like Dennis Orcolio or Shane Van Boning be playing a tournament like this, or at least this game? Why wouldn't they? Top pool players in the world.
Okay, my friend Alan Hopkins, he studied 3-cushion when he was a young man for 2 years. Hardly ever played any pool. He loves the game.
Yeah.
But he said without studying 3-cushion, he wouldn't have been the pool player that he became.
Right.
But there's no money in it, so he didn't,
Yeah.
And this was in Elizabeth, New Jersey, where everybody played. So to answer your question, these guys have never played the game.
Well, actually, Shane has played,
Okay.
and he's done a few different things with 3-cushion. But yes, no, he doesn't pursue these events.
Right. I mean, but has he studied it?
And I could possibly see a year or two where we might get a few pool players saying, "Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to take a crack at the nationals, join the USBA for a year, and qualify to get in the nationals." But I don't think you'll see it a lot. The learning curve for this game is pretty long. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I played pool for 40 years, and I'm still like perplexed by situations that come up in billiards. That I'm, in pool, I know what to do. I know what spin to use. I know where to put the cue ball around the table, but then I'll look at a situation in 3-cushion. I'll say, "What's the shot here?"
Right.
Like in pool, I know the shot.
Well,
I don't know the shot in billiards to this day.
Yeah, that's the thing here, that most pool players have a limited shot repertoire. Okay, without bragging, I know 10,000 shots. And most pool players might know 4, 6, 8 or something, and if that shot comes up, they can be deadly.
Yeah.
I played Alex when he was like 16 years old, and I didn't know who he was.
Right.
And at the beginning, I was having some serious problem because I was leaving him what I call pool player shots. And once I figured out that he only knew these 3 or 4 shots, and then
don't leave him,
it became a bit easier. But
we've one person a player who's near and dear to my heart is Ernesto Dominguez. We are always asking Ernesto if he'll come and play a 3-cushion event with it. Oh, okay, maybe, and when it comes down to it, it's just simply, just not. It's not. There's not a lot of money in it,
No, I mean that's why, like I said, Alan Hopkins said he didn't pursue it.
Yeah.
He actually prefers the game. He likes it. It's more,
Ernesto used to play a lot of 3-cushion as well.
Oh, yeah.
You've probably sparred with him a couple times. I don't know.
I'm not sure I've ever met that gentleman.
Oh.
You know. She's gonna. No, just gonna take the little thick, I think. Little thick, see.
Yeah.
You know,
Paul, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that red ball was on the rail there, and when it's on the rail, it's you know, if it was a couple inches off, it's a little bit easier to get the hit. But if it's on the rail and you hit it a little thick, it's gonna you could, if we watched it carefully, you probably would have seen a curve on her ball, which caused it to come short. Oh, look at this! Come on, and
that's nice. That's very nice. You know, there's only a 6-point difference in this match, but you know, Mercedes is very close to the finish line.
Yeah, she's just subject to go 4 and out. Bingo. You know, I mean, that's.
So I'll give you guys another comparison. About 3 years ago, Corey Deuel and Alex Pagulayan, 2 of the you know, probably the best American or pocket billiard players in the world. You know, probably in the top 10, 20 in the world. They decided to take on snooker. Is Blumdahl in this? No, he's not in this.
Playing in this tournament.
He's here in spirit.
Yes.
But anyway, they decided to play snooker last few years ago, and they said, you know, we're gonna go, we're gonna try and play the pro tour, the snooker pro tour. They got beat. They got beat bad.
Oh yeah.
You know, they got humbled.
Well, just because you can play one of the Q Sport games,
the all-around factor
is not, you know.
Anyway, what do you do here, Dennis? Look at this situation. You're playing white.
I might, if the red was, well, it's possible to go 2 rails to the red, short, long, and just pinch it in there real soft, and it might make it. If the red was a little further out, you could do that. He needs a little angle down here to really double the rail off the white. This is a, oh, look at this. You sly little devil.
Yeah, sneaky. He's got evil intentions. You can only feel for the guy. I mean, he's noticeably suffering physically.
She's going to spin this. Yeah. See, now again, here's a sin. miss the shot and leave your ball in the corner.
Yeah, leave the ball in the corner.
Okay. And that's and Paul got a little unlucky here. He's got kind of a funky angle on that red, you know. Although he's much more creative than I recall him being playing last year. And that last shot he tried, that showed something. That was like, you know, it was actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I've tried stuff like that too. But when you fail at it, then I go, oh, well, wait a minute. I actually need to practice this shot before I go trying it.
He's just not getting paid for his work, I tell you. And then...
Neither are we, Dennis. No.
Well, okay. Point well taken, sir. Point well taken. Let's see her speed here.
That was nice. Oh no.
Well, can she see?
She could see both sides of the white, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's hard, kind of. Your video quality is incredible, you know, but.
She's coming off the red.
Oh,
doubling the rail again.
Oh, I don't know what the heck she was.
Well, you need a lot of spin to double the rail.
Yeah, I don't know what she was trying there. But, yeah, it would appear that she wanted to double the rail.
Well, I guess if you're coming in close to the 0 diamond, then you know that you do get to double the rail there. But she came in almost just past the 3rd diamond.
See, now he played that one very smart because he was playing all the long rails, and he probably calculated it 4 rails rather than 3 or maybe even 5. You can calculate that shot 5 rails on these tables, you know. Very well controlled white. And let's see if she gets.
It goes.
Oh man, if she'd hit that on the other side of the red, the game probably was over. But now, she may go. I don't know if that red was just a little off further. She'd have a decent ticky, but it's a little too tight. She's gonna. She will hit this a million miles an hour.
Yeah, all the way around table.
Up and down, but that's, you know, didn't hit it good. But again, the around the table shot down is usually got not 1 kiss to avoid, but 2 kisses.
Yeah, she left the up and down though.
And that avoids the kiss. And Sang Lee would never go to the long rail around the table.
Yeah.
But he had a tremendous stroke, and so he'd go short rail, long rail, short rail, long rail,
and then come in
there. And again, that takes a kiss out of play. But when you go 5 rails, and it's just, I don't know, it's just.
That's more of like a Danny Sanchez kind of shot, the up and down.
Yeah. And those shots in the old Brunswicks were, you could play them, but I mean that's added a different dimension to the game. These tables to that, you know, it's. I mean, you could never play 5 cross on an old Brunswick, you know, but on these tables you can play 5 cross, you know. These up and down shots.
What do you think's changed, the cloth or the heating?
Well, it's. Well, the cloth is definitely much better than the old stuff. The old stuff was even directional.
Yeah, I know, like a nap.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And so if you were going into the nap, the ball it would tend to come a little short, one end, and the other end would play a little long.
Yeah.
And but I think it's the rubbers and the heating too. The heating really makes the tables play more consistent from table to table, you know. And it makes them, the rubbers, a little more lively.
There you go.
She made that, the spinach made that.
Yeah, she's on the hill now.
Oh, yep. And it's
29 innings.
29 innings. Well, that's.
My goodness, I apologize, guys. Just ready for my second cup of coffee.
It's weird when you're talking into your mic. I hear you in my right ear, and I keep looking over to my right, but you're on my left.
Yeah.
I tell you, he's got all my respect in the world. He's giving it his all here, you know. He ain't giving up.
Wow, nice shot. shot.
He's in this to the bitter end.
Well, you know, let's take a look here. I think he can actually afford to lose this match and still maintain, you know, sort of a formidable position here in his flight.
Right. This is, you know, compared to the other bracket, this is a little, I wouldn't say easier, but you know, it's. You know, and this is all the luck of the draw. You know, and you have to accept that. The game, and sometimes you don't think it's real fair, but it's happened. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, he has to play Danny Colaz tomorrow.
Yeah. Nope, she's out.
All right, so there you go. Mercedes takes it in.
Big hug. They're hugging afterwards.
Yeah,
you know?
30 innings.
Yep.
Final score 20-11. And it was a good match. Nice to see Mercedes play. I'm glad she was here playing today with you, you know, available to do commentary.
Oh yeah, this is I really.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. I don't know who's scheduled next. Geraldine has not texted me a next match.
Yeah.
And by the way, for those wondering about his attire, Paul Feltman's attire, you know, he has a disability right now, and so they let him play with sweats on and comfortable shoes. You know, he is wearing an event shirt, an event polo, and that has been allowed in this tournament, the event polo that you're seeing, the blue Ultimate Team Gear polo. But in the case of Paul Feltman, he has the hip replacement that he needs, so they allowed him to play in sweats and sneakers, and so that's been the only exception to the rule as far as dress code. So just so you know.
And you know, I really like these shirts because it's, I mean, the tuxedos, you know, you get used to playing in them and things, but there's kind of variation. You know, some people, you know, Mason sometimes plays in the one that's American flag tux, and there, you know, so everybody's got a little different bow tie or something. But this seems to, what I'm getting the sense is, it's like this is one team. You know, you're like the soccer players; they dress in the, you know, the same uniforms. Football teams do that, so it's probably more I know it's more comfortable to be playing in that, but I don't know. I'm getting the sense that I'm seeing all these guys with the same shirt on. That this is a team, you know.
Yeah, that too. But you know, there seem to be some opinions about this because billiards is traditionally such a formal affair. But honestly, I kind of like the idea of amateur players wearing, you know, sort of event or sporty sort of polos, and then if you are a professionally ranked player, that we keep that traditional. I like that idea too. I think that would create a distinction between the amateur and professional player.
Right.
Anyway, I digress. Everybody's going to have their opinion when it comes to this.
Well, you know what they're like, and I won't say it.
Yes, what opinions are like, exactly. So as you guys can see, we have Bernie Pettypiece from Arizona is warming up, and he is going to be playing who is he playing?
Versus says bye.
12:45. Oh, he's playing Paul Feltman Jr. He's playing Paul's dad. Paul's son.
Oh, there he is. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, so we'll be right back. Let these guys warm up, and this match is starting in about 6 minutes. Thanks again to Dennis Dieckman.